The only way airtight proof of this secret war can be obtained is to break into Fort Meade Army Intelligence Headquarters and steal government documents. Political activists associates of Abbie Hoffman broke into FBI offices and stole Cointelpro documents and leaked them to the press. Congress held multiple hearings years later, but no one ever went to jail. And Cointelpro just went dark for a few years in the late 70s, and then it reemerged again in the early 1980s. Now, to demand airtight proof is unreasonable and in the extreme and impossible under these circumstances. One might as well demand spontaneous confession by mass murderers. Rattlesnakes don't commit suicide. You have to chop off their heads. This case presents much more evidence of crimes against humanity. The weapons are proven to exist. The weapons exist. It's a part of the public record. There's a prior pattern of criminal behavior. The examples above. Credible witnesses have testified. The authors personally interviewed 200 of these people in their homes and their workplaces. Persons of interest are named who have developed these weapons, written about how to use the weapons, advocated using the weapons, given the weapons to law enforcement, and participated in a cover up. Now, in view of similar programs in the past that went undiscovered, unpunished, we need a different strategy, or this will never end. I recommend that the elite 704th Military Intelligence Brigade Headquarters Unit be disarmed using non-violent action by lawmakers and citizens working in tandem. The budget for the unit should be brought to an end. Their money, their Fort Meade, Maryland base should be closed, shuttered. The officers and enlisted men scattered to 100 different locations, reassigned to different bases. All the current funds and resources should immediately be confiscated, shut down, taken away, closed. All the necessary utilities and infrastructure immediately denied to these criminals. The public also must play a role. Our legislators will not act without our acting first. The public must rally together and protest nearby on the mall in Washington, D.C., and then on site at Fort Meade, Maryland, on site to stop the flow of traffic into and out of these facilities. And the committees who are charged with oversight must be, in effect, forced to act. They must be besieged, lobbied aggressively, and, if necessary, a tax revolt should make it clear our intent to end this government's depredations upon its own people. How did we get here? The most important legacy of the Cold War are the patriotic crimes carried out on behalf of the American people without our knowledge and the corrosive effect of sustained war on our democratic institutions. It's likely that a republic cannot long endure a constant state of war. Now, all governments lie, not all the time, but often. These crimes are more than lies, though. These are crimes against humanity. These crimes are a breach of the social compact that exists between the government and the government. Fundamental reform is perhaps the only chance the nation and the world has to step back from this new form of war without end. We are advocating a complete paradigm shift away from the current political status quo and to a fundamental transformation of our political process with the 28th Amendment. We are bringing together the Bernie Sanders urban left-wing student peasant revolt together with the Trump rural right-wing working class peasant revolt to take the money out of politics. How? Well, two reforms for the left. The ERA, the Equal Rights Amendment, in order to enshrine women's rights, it is time, and equal protection for gay rights, permanently written into the U.S. Constitution as well. Now, for citizens on the right, common sense gun rights to explicitly secure the right to bear arms before it's lost, and bringing an end to birthright citizenship which was never the original intent of the 14th Amendment. So, two components for the left, two components for the right, and a fifth component of the 28th Amendment is public funding of elections so that legislators will follow the will of the people and not the whims of the special interest donors. From this one victory, hundreds of other victories will flow. Other reforms will cascade down, and the 21st century will be an American century, and our children's lives will once again be better and brighter than what has come before. And this is the compact that we owe to the generation that comes after us.